facility. He and his fellow firefighters went to respond there, and when they arrived, they were met with gunfire. Now, it's believed that gunfire may have come from one of the residents there of that senior living facility. We do know there is one person in custody. A weapon has been recovered, but still, officials have not given us a motive, have not identified the person. So really, we don't know exactly what exactly was the motive for what happened here this morning. But right now, taking a live shot, a live look, you see here earlier on the right hand part. Okay, we are looking there of the white coroner's van, as you see there. I believe we were going to show you a picture of the body coming out of the St. Mary Medical Facility, but we lost that shot there. Continuing to watch there. Here we go. Here's that shot on the right-hand side of your screen. Very slow, very steady. We watch a very somber moment as a flag-draped body of Captain Dave Rosas is being put into the coroner's van. Let's just take a moment and watch. And you can see with so much care how gingerly they're transporting this body again right into the coroner's van, because of course this is an ongoing investigation. They will have to perform an autopsy and of course prepare the body later for burial and for any funeral services there. So that's where we stand right now with this situation there. At the location of this procession for fallen officer Captain Dave Rosas, his family, I understand, is also there, and they will join the many fire and police personnel escorting his body to the coroner's office near downtown Los Angeles. Now, going back to where this all started, as we mentioned, in the really early morning hours, the fire department received a call of some sort of trouble at a senior living facility. There was an explosion, apparently a smell of gas, windows blown out, and when the fire officials arrived there, they were met with gunfire. Fire Captain Dave Rosas, he was transported in critical condition. He received the worst of the injuries. Another fellow firefighter as well, he was injured. He's 35-year-old Ernesto Torres. He was grazed by a bullet, and he was released from St. Mary just a short time ago. But definitely, of course, it is Captain Dave Rosas whose hearts everybody is with right now. He's been with the department for 17 years, specifically stationed at Station 10. That's on North Peterson Avenue there for the folks who know that area. Usually it's the closest fire department that responds to an emergency, and Fire Station 10 is the one closest to this senior living facility, not far from 4th Avenue there in Long Beach. And you see there on the right-hand side, we have 2 fire trucks with an American flag draped in the middle. That is in the Boyle Heights area near the coroner's office where the procession will end. And right now at his fire station and throughout the government offices in Long Beach, the mayor and the fire captains asking that the flags be flown at half staff. So that's what we're seeing right now throughout the city. So if you do see that, if you're traveling around the city of Long Beach, that's exactly what is going on there. We heard from members who live in that senior living facility. They are just as heartfelt as to what happened earlier today. As one woman said, he didn't come here for this, or he didn't come to work for something like this. So they're also definitely feeling this quite hard as well. We also heard from the Long Beach Fire Department. Both fire and police, they respond to emergencies. And as the police chief said, you never know what's on the other side of the door when you respond, and that's exactly what happened here. We don't know if this was an ambush. That has not been ruled out. In fact, they're still trying to figure out exactly what's happening in this investigation. As for the person who was detained, I know he's a male. He was detained at the scene, and according to people who live in this senior living facility, it appears he may have been a resident of that facility. So we're still trying to gather more information on that. It looks now that fire officials are moving away from that white coroner van, so this procession should be getting underway in just a little bit. It's about 35 miles from Long Beach to the coroner's office in downtown Los Angeles, so it'll definitely take a while for them to get there. And on the right-hand side of your screen, we see what's going on there. We have the California Highway Patrol getting into their units there, because this will most likely travel up the 710 freeway to the 5 freeway. And then the coroner's office is not far off once you get off the 5 freeway there near downtown Los Angeles. I was being told something. I wasn't able to hear it. If you... Okay. Yes, our Candace Crone has been there all morning long. Candace, can you give us a feel of what's going on there right now?
Yeah, Juan, the procession is actually about to start here in a couple minutes. We've got CHP officers, we've got law enforcement from several different agencies out here to support as well and to help escort Captain Rosa's body. As you can see, there's a fire truck, several of them out here from Station 10. That's where Captain Rosa was stationed. That's where he was called from this morning to respond to that fire. And as we're watching now, this is a highway patrol vehicle at the very start of this procession. There's motorcycle officers behind as well, and a fire truck from Fire Station 10. Now, Captain Rosa, I'm hearing so many great stories about him being a loving father and being dedicated to his community as a firefighter. He had a 17-year career with the Long Beach Fire Department. And as you know, a lot of these firefighters on these engines heartbroken this morning to have to escort their colleague's body to the coroner's office. We have more fire officials here. I'm also told that there are vehicles for Captain Rosa's family. I've confirmed that his parents and his wife sadly are here to take part in this. But one of the fire officials also told me that this is really for them, for his family, to honor him in this way. And so the route that they are taking at last check, they were going to be west on 11th, which is where we are. This is where you see the procession now. North on Long Beach Boulevard, west on Anaheim Street, to the 710 North, and then to Valley Boulevard. So as we mentioned, it's going to be about a 30-minute or so procession. I've also been told that there's going to be law enforcement officials and first responders on the overpasses on the way to the coroner's office to show their support. So a lot of love out here. He touched so many lives as a first responder. He also spent time as a training officer. So he was often one of the first faces that a lot of the new firefighters saw because he trained them. And so a lot of the younger ones, very sad today, very tough day. We did stop by Fire Station 10. The flag there is at half-staff in his memory, as well as it is here at St. Mary Medical Center. You can see a crowd of people have gathered to watch this. A lot of people from inside the hospital, some of the workers, some of the staff, even some of the patients and just neighbors. I've seen people come out of their homes to witness this and to show their support and honor for his service, for losing his life this morning on duty. So we're expecting more of these fire vehicles to come past us here on 11th as the crowd continues to grow. A lot of people out with their cell phones taking pictures and shooting video, witnessing this tragedy today. But nonetheless, it shows just how much first responders means to this community by all these people out here witnessing this.
People who live in this senior living facility, you spoke to them early this morning, and they were visibly shaken. They were touched by what happened here today, because many times these fire officials, these paramedics come to living facilities like this, these senior living facilities, to help these folks out. So perhaps many of them even knew of Captain Rosa's.
Yes, it affected a lot of people. Some of those folks said that, you know, he didn't sign up today to lose his life, but nonetheless, they paid their respects to him, are honored by him giving the ultimate sacrifice. And so a lot of these folks don't know him, but wanted to be here, be a part of this, and to send their condolences to his family. He leaves behind a wife and 2 children. His wife is here, as well as his parents. We were trying to work to find out if his children were here, but it's still a lot of people out here wanting to show their support. So that procession is... Go ahead, Juan.
No, indeed, Candace. When you think of the numbers, he's 45 years old. He's a 17-year veteran of the fire department. So he started right around the age of 27, a young man, most likely doing something that he always wanted to do and of service to his community. And he liked doing it so much that he did grow to the ranks of fire captain there. And again, think of the long shifts that these fire officials work. They usually work in 24-hour shifts, 24 hours on. He was working probably a very long day, early morning hours, responding to he would have thought was just a regular fire at a senior living facility. And look at this, from Sky 9, we're looking at what looks like just people from the community arriving here along the procession route with American flags in their hands to greet the procession as it moves through their community. Again, Captain Rosa's stationed at Fire Station 10, that's over on North Peterson Avenue, a veteran of the department for 17 years. And as we mentioned, he leaves behind a wife, he leaves behind 2 children, and as Candace was telling us, his parents are also there. It must have been so heartbreaking to receive that phone call today, again, so early in the morning, and your day suddenly takes such a tragic turn. Candace, you're at the hospital, correct?
Yes, we're at the hospital, and go ahead.
No, and how early did people start arriving there? It just seems like such a large group has gathered there right now.
Yeah, I would say this crowd has been out here for the last couple of hours. It's grown tremendously since then. People of all ages, even patients from inside of the hospital coming out to mark this moment. We've got children, there's families gathered here. So a lot of support. Even though these people did not know him, they want to be out here to pay their respects, as 17 of those years he spent with the Long Beach Fire Department. 6.5 of them were with Fire Station 10. So he not only touched a lot of lives in the community when he was out every day, on the job, but also the lives of his coworkers. I've heard, nothing but great things, even them spending time together on the weekends. So they talk about a family. The fire department really is a family. They not only work together, spend so many hours together on the job, but also even outside of that, they really have become very tight-knit. And so that's what we're seeing here. A lot of those stories about how he just was so dedicated, gave it his all. That was his passion, to be a first responder, and he spent several years training firefighters as well. Over at Fire Station 10, though, he was the operations manager, and so we stopped by there today. That fire station is actually being staffed by other firefighters from other different nearby locations to give them a chance to be able to grieve and to pay their respects. So just another show of how everyone has come together to support all the people who knew and loved Captain Rosa. And a lot of these folks out here just want to show first responders and Captain Rosa's family that they are behind them and that their condolences are with them as well. So we're looking at more firefighters there and first responders in the distance walking towards a fire truck. I'm not sure if they're going to be getting on that one behind this ambulance, but it looks like it should be getting underway, or continuing, I should say, here very shortly.
Yeah, and as you said, Candace, when it affects one department, it affects all departments, even in as big as a city as Los Angeles. LAPD Chief Charlie Beck put out a statement on Twitter saying the thoughts and prayers of the men and women of the LAPD are with the family and friends of Captain Dave Rosa, as well as the entire LBFD, that's Long Beach Fire Department family. The city of Long Beach lost a hero today. And as you see here, we are witnessing a hero's goodbye from the men and women of the city of Long Beach. We're going to continue watching a picture-in-picture shot of the procession. Once it gets started, we'll get right to it. But in the meantime, we're going to continue with more news here on KCAL 9 News at noon.
If you've been injured in an accident, choosing the right law firm is critical. Choose a law firm with the experience and success
to help you get the best result possible. Injured? Call the Barnes firm now.
Call 1-800-800-0000.
downtown Los Angeles. Again, this is all for Captain Dave Rosa, a 45-year-old man. He was a veteran of the Long Beach Fire Department there for 17 years. He leaves behind a wife, he leaves behind 2 children, and a very shaken up city. You see there, our cameras are right nearby the coroner's van that has his body inside. This whole city definitely affected by what happened early this morning at a senior living facility on 4th Avenue there in Long Beach, where fire department received a phone call. There was a fire alarm going off. There was apparently an explosion, a smell of gas. They responded, and fire officials were met with gunfire. We're going to continue to watch this unfold, bring you more. But first, we're going to take a quick break.
Look, cleaning the outside of your windows is a real chore. And who wants to climb a dangerous ladder just to get to the 2nd floor? Not anymore. Hi, I'm John Florell, the Fuller Brush Man. And this is Full Crystal from the Fuller Brush Company. The fastest, easiest...
Fire captain with the city of Long Beach gunned down in the line of duty early this morning while reporting to an alarm call with fellow firefighters. Captain Rosa is 45 years old. He leaves behind a wife, 2 children. We understand his wife, 2 children, and his parents are also part of this procession headed from St. Mary Medical Center through the streets of Long Beach, the streets that he served and worked for many years. The fire captain was stationed over at Station 10 on North Peterson Avenue. From here, the procession will head to the 710 freeway north, heading up towards the coroner's office, the LA County Coroner's Office near downtown Los Angeles. As you see there on the right-hand side of your screen, the city is now flying flags at half-staff there. The city, the police, the fire department, all in mourning about the loss of Captain Dave Rosa. As LAPD Chief Charlie Beck said, the city of Long Beach has lost a hero today, and apparently, sadly, all killed in the line of duty. We do know that there is one person who has been detained. A firearm has been recovered, but still no word on a motive or why this happened. Stay with KCAL 9 News. We'll be right back right after this short break.
Internal injuries, ETA 5 minutes.
If you've been injured in a serious accident, you deserve the best.
The best medical attention.
The
Chief Charlie Beck said the city of Long Beach has lost a hero today. And right now we are watching as that body there in the number 1 lane of the 710 freeway, right there in that white coroner van going under the overpass there, heads over to the coroner's office. So a day of heavy hearts and minds in the city of Long Beach, the city of Los Angeles, as well as this fire captain who basically showed up to do his job today, went to help somebody and was met with gunfire. We do know one person, a person of interest, has been detained. Firearm has been recovered, but again, this investigation is still ongoing. We still don't know what is the motive, why this happening at a senior living facility there in Long Beach. And most likely, we are told that that gunman was somebody who lived in that building. All right, moving on now. As Congress prepares to vote on a possible make-or-break immigration bill, President Trump fired off a tweet storm that could put him in jeopardy.